Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We're playing Parklife. Okay, so the last episode we started filling in this area, we're filling in over here, there's some infill spots that we need to do over here still, and then we need to probably tie things up and all together. This area is quite heavily sloped, and I'm thinking that means it needs to be maybe some kind of park environment, and I don't want to kind of replicate this thing that we've done over here, even though this was a pretty detailed contour, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna fill in this area. We'll just kind of do something with it. There's a bit of crime problems over here. So do we have a police station that's actually dealing with this side of things? This is a police station, and it is in fact dealing with that area, correct? Why am I not seeing the names? Something's wrong. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. So, shall we... I'm almost keen to somehow tie this back. Let's have a quick look at the topography over here. The question is, shall we try and run it up here and then tie it in there, or do we just gonna run it? Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. This is just so much more straightforward, but it's very close together over here. Interesting. I think that is quite an interesting one for us to do, is to tie it in here. Yeah, okay, we'll do something like that also. Okay, let's quickly fill in the rest of this. Do we have... yeah, that's fine. We have a little bit of demand that we can make use of over here, and I'm thinking this should be again fairly low density over here. Yeah, I like the idea of just maintaining the low density right there. So we'll plop that in there. And do the same at the back over there. And then what we could do is we could just tie in a little piece like that. I don't think I'm gonna do anything on the side of the water there. The road is a little bit too close, so we'll just maintain that. Let's quickly add a few more pieces over here. I think this is fairly decent for a bit of commercial over here, like that. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so that's the one side of it, and there is water here, right? Yes, it has water. Okay, that's the one side over there. Just on this, that's the same piece. The other side that I wanted to do was, there's still an open spot over here. I wanted to fill in this area a little bit, just so that we can kind of finish off this area. And clearly, we are in need of some sort of garbage facility. So let's see what we can do. Something like a smaller recycling center. That's not great. Gaming the system with some other centers. That's the one. I think that's the one we're after instead. So let's add this one over here next to the bus station. Or shall we place a bit of a gap between them? These are all commercial, so it's not the biggest problem to have this here. Yeah, let's leave a little gap, and we'll place that there. So get some of this going on. This is in Coleridge Point, but I'd like it to also service the Woodland District. That would be good. How many vehicles does this have? 12. So yeah, I think that should be fine if that services this area. Okay, how is our layout going to go for the rest of this? Both sides I think we can actually do a little something with. So let's start and get a bit of a road here. I'm gonna do it kind of off of this area right here somewhere. like so. And we'll just gonna do this. Okay, so let's do something like that as a starting point. Question is, I don't think I actually tie it up on the other side. There's no reason for doing that, so let's just kind of finish it off over there. We can actually run it straight through, I think. No, it can't. That's fine. That's perfect. We'll put a little pedestrian path or something underneath there. I think that's a good use of that space. On this side, I don't mind so much zoning on this road itself. It's kind of what we've been doing. So what I'll do here is I will how will we do that? I don't want to get it straight off of that side. So what we'll do is we'll run it something like this. And then like that, and we'll tie it in over here. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Something like that. There we go. And to fill off it, do this last piece, thought we'd just do something like this, just a little bit of a section. Is that? Anyway, just a little bit like this, something like that. Okay, so we can actually now zone these areas. We're not going to do any other connections across the rail, are we? No, I don't think that's required. Okay, how is our water looking over here? We have none. So let's make sure to run some water in there. I think that is actually sufficient for the most part, apart from the fact that we're not actually giving these guys any water. So there we go. Now we have sufficient water here. Oh, these guys are parking. Parking over there. Interesting. So what I'm thinking is, it would be good if we just continue whatever little pathway we have over there. So if we say grab city park path over there, and we get rid of this, and we take the snapping out of it. Yeah, something like that, and I'm going to have to switch on Anarchy over here. Okay, so that actually does tie in fairly well over there. Okay, so what I'm kind of wondering is, if I look at my land use plan, right, there's absolutely no offices. Well, these are the offices in the area, but we could do a little bit of offices in this on here, just so that we get that demand out there a little bit. So let's do that. Or maybe what we do is we do some offices at the front. Yeah, I'm happy with that arrangement. If we don't, this road is really not very busy, so it's okay. I think that piece is okay. And then what we'll do is at the back, we'll do a little bit of the commercial there. We'll step it down like that a little. And then on this side, I'm thinking this side is where we're gonna do the our residential area. Okay, so let's do the layout for the other side also. So are we gonna stagger them? I think so. I think that's what we want to do. Let's do that. Put the snapping back on. Switch off Anarchy. Oops. Okay, so if we stagger that, where do we stagger it to? There we go. could actually do something like this, and then at the same time we'll bring it back on itself like that. Is that a feasible arrangement? Yeah, it looks pretty good. What we need to understand is, do we tie it straight in over there? And is that where we end that road though? I kind of think we do. There's nothing to go to on this side and so on. So what I'll do is I'm going to end that section right over there. It is a little bit funny to end something like that, but it is what it is there. This thing, I just want to make sure that we put this on the ground, and then we'll straighten that out straight through there. Yeah, I think that's good. That is good. Okay, so now what I wanted to do is do this as high density over here. So high density residential for the most part of this. Let's leave a little bit of a gap there for some schools and things. Like so, like so. Oh, that doesn't look too good. And over there a little bit. Okay, so let's grab a few things that we could potentially need in here. So let's grab some schooling. I think I already have one of these up here, right? We do. Let's just see how this works. So that's pretty well placed. So maybe let's just grab the smaller one. Let's do that. High school on the other hand, we've got one up there, which, do we need yet another? Let's have a quick look. Don't think we do, but this area is going to be high density, so maybe. Wow, look at that, already filled in. Oh, the offices are coming in quite nicely over here. And to be honest, I'm almost thinking what we should do is do... Well, I'm thinking I should connect this through this side here. So if I grab a bit of a walkway, and let's just take that off again. So if I do something like that, run that through there. So now there's this connection through here. You can actually get to the bus stop over there. And then I'm thinking we should, I want to add the offices on this side also. Like so. And yeah, stop it nice and before the roundabout over there. Yeah, I think that's going to be okay. Oh, it's a little bit of a step change there. Should be okay. Yes, over here I still need a few things. So let's add a little bit of death care. What is that? Rehab clinic. Nice. A little bit of death care over here. Just like so. Is there anything else we needed? We added some education and some death care, and we'll leave a little bit of a gap there still. I filled in most of this, right? Yeah, I did that indeed. Question for me is, do I actually bridge this thing? Let's do that. Let's put a little bridge over the top of this. It just feels like I want to keep connecting this straight through. And to be honest, while we're at it, maybe we need to connect it straight through this side too. Just to make sure that we're connecting everything. And now let's do a little bit of a bridge. Okay, so let's do that. Get rid of this. Okay, like that. We'll start it, and now let's do that. I think that is what we'll do. We'll take it across there. And we'll run it down there. And then we'll tie it together over there. There we go. Nice. So now at least people can get over the top of the rail over here also. So there's the straight through connection all the way from this side all the way that way, so you can at least walk through there with limited problems and get up there, all those kind of things. Good stuff. This is filling in nicely. I'm wondering about a little bit of a commercial area in here. Yeah, maybe this area is pretty nice for that. Let's do something like that. A little bit of commercial over there. Pretty good, pretty good. Water. Are we missing water here? Let's have a look. Yeah, actually we are. Let's run it down there. We're not snapping that line though. Okay. Okay, what's next? What's next? So this is filling in slowly. I'm obviously not running at full speed over here. That area is filled in quite nicely. I do like the look of this. Hopefully these don't grow too substantially over here. And yeah, absolutely, that's starting to look quite nice. This is a little bit higher density. This road, I'm liking this little road running up the point here. I'm liking our bigger buildings, taller buildings at the end there. That's pretty good. Yeah, and still no real traffic to speak of. So all of that is working quite well. Okay, now let's go over here. What is going on with all of this? Are we in need of some more police stations or something, or is it just our local police stations are not doing their thing? So where's the police? Get the police. Just see what's going on. So there's a police station. It's just quite difficult to get there from here. So we almost need... What do we need to get these guys some police service and death care? Can we, if I go to this police station over here, that's a primary school. Where was the police station? This is the hospital. It should be a pretty big police station, right? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Can we put the parks in here? The park is not in here. That's interesting. Maybe what I'll do is I'll add all districts here, and so they can actually dispatch to the local areas. So there's only 4 police cars in use. We should have more of that in use. So let's hopefully do that. Let's do all districts serviced from here as well, and all districts serviced from here, just to make sure that we are providing that a little bit more. Okay, water. I am thinking localized water should be placed over here somewhere, or even over here, but that is still a little bit of a... I don't know if that's going to work with that. So let's do that. So let's see where else we can place some water facilities. So this is still quite busy. Well, I had a comment about adding an extra bridge. I don't quite want to do that. Maybe the water facilities down here, but that is... How's our pollution in this area? Pollution? No pollution from there, so I can put the water facilities in here. Something like this, if it can fit. That's not bad. Okay, so what is this? What are these things? This is a water treatment plant, and this is like pumping service. This is a tank reservoir. Does that just generally generate water? It's crazy. Let's put the treatment plant here, right there, and then I need to reconnect this. Oh, actually that doesn't need to be reconnected. What I do need to connect is this one. There we go. So there's some more water treatment, in localized water treatment in this area. So that should solve. Operating normally. There we go. Excellent. Get rid of the issues over there. Perfect. Death care is still a bit of a problem. Garbage over here. Yeah, things are getting a little bit better. Death care though. We've got some death care over here, right? At the end, yeah. Let's just do a little bit of all districts over there, just to see if they can't come and sort out some of this. I might do the same on this side as well. Let's just do all districts on this side too. Just so we kind of see if we can't tie in some of these things. It's still a bit of a problem. Okay, what I wanted to do is actually see about how we tie these together now. So let's switch on the topography tool. Yeah, well, it clearly works in this way. So we'll see how we tie in as we get closer. So what are we doing? 2 lanes. So let's get the parallel road tool up and running. Okay, so we are going for highways, 2-lane highways, and I definitely want to do the parallel road tool. Ooh, there's a bit of a guidance here now. So let's quickly see about that. That seems to be new. So if I take that out, what are we saying? If you don't see the image above, please close and reopen the tutorial. Okay. We add the currently selected. Yeah, that's the plan. Allows you to change the selected network to another one. Reverses. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Reverses the direction of the network. 3. Yes, that's fine. We do indeed want to reverse the direction. Okay. Horizontal distance between the network and the first one and the first one. So that's, yeah, that's this thing. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's way too close. So was it like a 32 that we were using, or was it, I think I would have done, wow, even more. Was that like 60? I don't think it's 60, right? Oh, it's not taking. I think let's try 32 again. And now it does look like it. Maybe it's just the 30 instead. 30. Oh yeah, that's it. That's the 30. Okay, and what's the next one? Vertical distance between the network and the first one. 6 is removes the network from the list, and 7 is toggle snapping to all existing nodes. Off snaps only to the last segment drawn when the mod was on. On will try and snap closest segments. Negative values are allowed for both vertical and horizontal. A negative horizontal distance will place the road on the opposite side. Yes, okay, fine. That is good. I am happy with that. So let's see. And I want to make use of this tool right there. Okay, so let's try and do a little bit like that. Man, this parallel road tool is cool. Now the question is, in my mind, is how do we actually connect this over here? These are quite close together. Kind of thinking we do a little something like this. Like that. There we go. That's the connection over here. So what I want to do is make sure that what we do, we properly tie in from this side. This is a 3-lane. So I want to properly tie in that way because this is just like a small connection. Similarly, I want to properly go over the top of this one over here and just tie in a small one to that side. Okay, so let's start with this one. Let's get rid of the parallel road tool. And what I'm keen on doing is actually just taking this thing straight up. And now we can actually do the snapping on again. Thank you. Okay, so what I want to do is 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go, and should be able to go over the top here, right? Oh, there's a bit of a issue with that pillar. What we'll do is we will try and get it done as best we can, like so. And then what we'll do is we'll start running down here. 1, 2. And 1, 2, like that. And now we need to kind of tie it in over here. So that's kind of what we want to do, though we need to move it a little bit just to tweak things. Just a little bit. So if we actually, if that one is straight, it wouldn't be the end of the world. Then we can try and tweak the rest of this. Actually, that does quite good. I just think we need to should do a little something like that. And if we move that along a little bit, okay, we can tweak the rest of that a little bit more still. Don't want to do too much there. May have to tweak that a little. Okay, good stuff. That is a pretty good curve around there and onto there. So that's the one side of it. The other one I'll run very closely over here. So let's just grab this one. Let's do a little something like that. Something like that. Like so. Yeah, that's okay. Now we need to tweak it. So I find it much easier to actually tweak these things in pieces like that. Okay. Okay, if we do a little something like that, should be okay. Bring that nice and close, yeah. And move it a little like so. There we go. So that's pretty good. Now, so this side, I don't necessarily believe we need either of these directions, to be honest. So that just ties in that way with this a little bit this. Okay, now we tie the other one in that way. And I don't think we need to tie in from that side. I think that's okay. That bridge is good enough. Now let's tie the other side. Okay, we'll do it in chunks of 10, so it's easier for us to line it up, or to take the nodes. There and there. Okay, so now if I move it over here, so yeah, I find it so much easier to just draw it straight and then just tweak the pieces. Yeah, I find it very much easier to do that. So if we do that kind of arrangement, get the trees off of there, something like that. There we go. There we go, and that's it. Right there, how simple was that? Put it on that side. There you go. So now we've got nice connection on this side. Ooh, this didn't tie in well. Let's get rid of a little piece here, and we'll tie it all together. And just make sure we actually ground this. Thank you very much. There we go. So now it's connected. What it doesn't have, though, is the ability to, well, it can get all the way there, but it can't actually cut across here. And this area is going to be very difficult for that. So what I'll need to do is I will need to do some sort of interchange here to allow some access in there and maybe some connection on these sides. So yes, we're going to need a bit of a road right there. But I think that is where we're going to put the cut in this episode, and we will continue and try and fill in and establish some layouts in this area in the next episode. And I think this almost works. These are a little close in my opinion, but I think it almost works. Alternatively, what we can do is we can actually run a service road along here and then tie it back in there. Yeah, that could be. We can start a service road, establish a service road from here, run it underneath there, tie this one in, and then tie that one out and get this together. So that's almost a loop. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do, but that'll have to wait for the next episode. So everybody, thank you so much for watching. If you've liked it, hit the button. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.